Welcome to the basic Sony Vegas tutorial from AMV Netherlands. In this tutorial we'll guide you through the basics of Sony Vegas and give you tips and tricks to help you get started. The first thing you have to do is add your footage. To do this, click on File, Import, Media. Now you can import the clips that you want. Click on it and you are ready to begin. You can find your clips that you imported in the Project Media tab right here. You see that there are multiple tabs next to it. The most important are the transitions and the video effects tab. Here you can find effects to give your AMV some shine. Once you have all the footage, the fun part can begin, editing. Drag the clip you want to use onto your timeline. Make sure you check your project settings before you continue. It is very important that the project settings match the settings of your clip. You can see the settings of your clip under the preview screen. To make sure the clip matched your project settings, click on this wheel right here. Anime is either 23.976 fps or 29.970 fps. As long as you match your project settings with the source, you're fine. As you can see, there are a lot of templates to use, but don't worry, we've got you covered. We recommend the following settings. For 1080p, you can use the following settings. For 27p, you can use the following settings. What happens if it doesn't match is that it creates frame blending. On the left you will see the frame blending. This is the extra frame created. On the right you will notice that there is no frame blending. This is because the project and source material have the same frame rate. Now we have most of the settings done. One tip before we continue. Set the full resolution to best. This allows you to render your video in full quality. Click on Apply and we're done with the settings. Make sure you disable resample every clip you use to prevent frame blending. Right-click, Switches, Disable resample. Another thing that is good to know is how to split the audio and the video from an anime. You can see that, once you've dragged your clip onto your timeline, it appears in layers. We have a video layer and an audio layer. If you drag the clip, you'll see that both layers are connected. We don't want that. Use Ctrl-U to separate the audio layer from the video layer. You can now delete the audio layer and add your own music to the timeline. Now that we have both the music and the clip, we can start adding some effects. We're going to explain 3 basic effects: crossfades, a fade to black, and a flash. These are simple effects, but can make a huge difference in how your AMV looks. Let's start with a crossfade. Make sure you have 2 different clips. To split the video, press the S button on your keyboard. Now, lay a small part on top of the other clip. As you play it, you'll see that it smoothly transitions over. To change the flow of the crossfade, you can right-click on the transition, click Fade Type, and you'll see different kinds of flowcharts. Play around with them. Each gives a little different effect. This effect is often used when you have 2 similar scenes. The next effect we want to show you is the fade to black effect. The only thing you need are 2 different clips like you see here. Now go to the end of the first clip and look for the little triangle at the top corner. You can click on it and scroll to the left. This lets the clip fade to black. Now do the same but for the other clip. Find the triangle and scroll it to the right. And as you can see, it has a nice smooth transition. You can, just like with the crossfade, play with the different fade types. The third effect is a bit more difficult. It's called the flash effect. This effect works really well in drama AMVs, but can also be used in action fights. Don't use the flash from the transition tab. Handmade flashes are way better than preset ones. Have 2 clips next to each other. This is all you have to do on this layer. Add another layer and set this on Add. You can do this by clicking on the layer, Composition Mode, Add. Now we'll need a solid white background. Go to Media Generator, Solid Color, and drag the white solid to your timeline. For this transition, make sure you have the white solid around 10 frames on each side. Set the opacity to around 25. This can be different for every scene. And let them fade on both sides. Now that we have 3 different effects, it's time to see how it turned out by rendering it. Go to File, Render As. To get the highest resolution, we first have to render it in AVI. We recommend the following settings. Make sure that the render settings match the project settings. That's about it for this tutorial. We hope you learned something. If you just believe in yourself, you can do anything. Be creative, be patient, and most important, have fun! Thank you for watching. AMV, Netherlands.